You in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, the spinoff from the web series The Two Dicks, now playing on YouTube and other places. You can listen to us just about everywhere. But if you want to see the video, become a Patreon member for as little as 5 smackaroos a month right here. There it is. And I'm Al Ducharme, Studio City, California, but I look like I'm in Tahiti. And that over there is Al Romas from his cabin aboard a cruise ship somewhere in the Caribbean. Al, where are you today?
We are at sea. We're at sea today. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm on the adventure of the seas, and you know, it's a new cruise every Saturday. Every Saturday we start a 7-day cruise. So we start in Nassau, we go to Coco Cay, we go to Cozumel, we go to Freeport, and in between those are sea days, and that's where I am today. I'm at sea on the way to somewhere, and yeah, you know, that's what I've been doing.
Groundhog Day for you.
And it's Groundhog Day, man. I'm seriously am losing track of days. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time we record these anymore. I'm getting lost. It's you're taking your hat off. I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm undressing.
Things are you're,
yeah.
You're in Tahiti. I'm in a cabin. Yeah.
Anywho, I just finished up 5 spectacular shows in Las Vegas. I was the opening act or feature act for Bill Burr, comedian Bill Burr, who happens to be my boss on Officer Family. I'll tell you something right now.
He literally told us he's not your boss. He was on the podcast. I said, "Good to have Al's boss here," and he said, "I'm not Al's boss." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
All right. Well,
said you work together.
He did. My boss is actually Michael Price, who's the co-creator of the show. But, you know, Bill can easily have me removed. He gave me an opportunity. I actually had an audition, and I passed with flying colors. There we go.
They stole your bit. They stole your work. For God, don't, you know what I mean? Let's be honest. They lifted it. They heard you. They liked it. They took it, and then they put you on.
And they admitted it. They said we took it.
Come on.
They said I should get a writer's credit. Both. I have it on record. Both.
He said it on our podcast.
Right. I have it.
He said it on the podcast. Yeah, we should be paying you. Shouldn't
we re-air an episode tomorrow of Bill Burr on our podcast since I'm working with him this weekend, or is that dumb?
I think so. No, I think so. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. You know, and we're getting new listeners all the time. So there are people who won't go back a month and a half and listen. So that the Burr pod was in the early 100s. We're at 129 now. So yeah, we could bring it back up to some new people who want to hear it. I was looking at some numbers. We had downloads in Norway for the John Consoli pod. People of the Norse people were enjoying listening to John Consoli. It's like, what? That's odd.
It's that deep water cod and Consoli. Yeah. There's a connection there.
Yeah.
Cold water.
So, but the weekend was good. You had a good time. Vegas. How's Vegas doing? Is it back? Is Vegas back from COVID now? Is it did you get a hooker? Did you do some blow? Did you lose money at the craps table? Did you know, tell us about your weekend. Give us the deets.
I have to commend my partner Al Romas on his acting skills, because he had me thinking for a moment that I actually already performed in Vegas, knowing that I haven't even left for Vegas yet because we're recording our podcast prior to it. But that was pretty good with your acting skills. Have you been studying Hagen in your cabin?
No, I have not. I've been watching Mark Twain documentaries. I'm obsessed now. You know, 40 cigars a day. Now think, is this even possible? Twain talks about 40 cigars a day. I did the math. It's 1.6 every hour.
I'm
possible.
No, 1.6 every hour. That's That's
if you did
24 hours if you stayed up. Well, he was he had the imagination. He was a writer. He created Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Do you know his real name?
Right. Samuel Clemens. I've just said I've been watching documentaries on the fucking guy.
Wow, you retain all the information.
I go deep.
Did you know that he used to vacation in Bermuda?
That's not true.
He would vacate. He had a home, a summer home, or he rented a summer place in Bermuda.
Never heard of that. Never heard of that.
Are you still watching the documentary?
I've seen it. No, there was no mention of Bermuda whatsoever.
He used to take these little clipper ships or whatever over to Bermuda, these old retired ships over there, and he'd hitch a ride. And he when he was starting to, his health was starting on a decline, he would go there because he loved the fresh salt.
They didn't mention that. Interesting. No, they never mentioned it. They just talked about his 40 cigar day. You know, it reminds me though a little bit with him, Groucho. I mean, a little thievery perhaps from Twain. You know, Twain has like a quote where Twain said something like, I would never date a girl who would have someone like me as a boyfriend. And then I'm like, well, wait a second, that's Groucho's. I would never belong to a club that would have somebody as me as a member. It's the same fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of those where you go, Groucho lifting Twain. I don't know if that's been mentioned before.
What's the timeline? Because Groucho was born. Doesn't matter. He could have just read all that stuff. They were alive at the same time.
No, I think Twain. Well, Twain. This is 1850, 1860 ish, and Groucho's early 1900s born.
But
he was.
So Twain didn't die in 1908 or something like that. Clemens?
Probably around, because he's. I
thought Groucho was born in the 1890s or something.
No, but I'm saying my point is Twain had already made all his famous statements by the time Groucho's in vaudeville and becoming a success.
Right. No, I realized that. I'm just curious. I was just curious.
So he could lift it.
Oh, absolutely. If he was a fan and read his material. But I'm just saying coincidentally, they may have been alive for a decade together.
Possible. I think a young Groucho and an old Twain.
Yeah, because Groucho was doing the quiz show in the 50s when he was in his 60s. 70s. Yeah. So that would put him in the.
Those guys aged badly.
Yes.
They're all old. So I don't know. Groucho could have been 50. You know what I mean? He just looked old though. These guys all looked old.
That's
true. But 40 cigars. And they're all cheap. Very cheap. He likes shit cigars. He said,
were they small?
Nobody can. No, they're good sized sticks, but he just said nobody, and he's wrong. I mean, Twain is wrong on this, Samuel Clemens. He said nobody likes a cigar for the taste, or nobody can tell the difference for the taste. It's all brands. They just want the brand. They just like the brand label. So when people would come visit him, his friends, they would bring their own sticks because they didn't want to smoke his cheap shit. But he's like, nope, you can't tell the difference between taste. It's not that.
If you're smoking 1.6 per hour, then you want your taste buds are just shit. You know what I mean? It's overkill.
I mean, these guys can be geniuses about one thing. They don't have to be genius about everything. He's a genius writer. Doesn't mean he's a genius in other fields. Plus, he was, he went bankrupt. I mean, he was investing in everything, and he was just a terrible businessman.
Well, they say
try to make money quickly.
Doctors are bad with business, and when they come into a lot of money, they just start throwing it everywhere. And and they think they're because they have a God complex, they think they're smarter than hiring a business person. Plus, they don't trust them, so they make these horrible decisions. Not all doctors, but many. Yeah,
and it's like artists too. A lot of artists will take their money and invest in things they don't know what they're doing. They're not businessmen; they're artists. They don't have that skill. And Twain definitely didn't have it. He lost so much money trying to in this printing press that never happened. He just kept pumping money into it, and then he had to go bankrupt, and he had to go back and lecture. He hated it, the road
on tour,
but that's how he could make money. So he was like, I got to go back, I got to do it, and he do these lectures, and so that's how he could make money.
He had the stately home in Connecticut.
Yes, sir. Hartford.
Hartford.
Yeah.
I forget.
Hartford. Have you ever been there? You're a New Englander. Have you ever been
Oh.
to the home, the museum?
You know, I haven't. And knowing that it's right there, and I've been in Hartford, through Hartford, performed in Hartford numerous times over my comedy career, I should have gone out during the day and checked it out. It's one of those things where, I can always go there. You know,
I thought the same thing. I'd been to Hartford a bunch of times, did comedy there, and never once even thought I should go check out Mark Twain. Mark Twain's house is down the road, and I don't go see it.
Three miles away. You're in your hotel room going, let me watch a movie before my show. And then I got to get something to eat.
Exactly. At least one time in Key West, we're in between drinking and doing other shit, I saw the Hemingway house. Did you go to that?
I've done it. I had to do it a couple of times because my wife and my sister joined me a couple of different times. So,
yeah, but at least you feel like you did something. You know what I mean? It's like in between smoking cigars and drinking, you went, I saw something that, you know.
I always feel good when I bring a guest and I go do something like that, because it becomes a cruise for me in a way, whereas it's work if I don't have a guest. It's a different way of spending the time.
Tell me about it.
Wow, sore subject.
Tell me about it. I get off this thing. October 21.
Wow.
And yesterday I got an offer, not from an agent, from someone I won't mention his name, but a musician offered me a charter cruise, which would be so much fun, great money, no agent commission. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, he goes, would you be interested? I go, yeah, I think so. I go, what's the date? He goes, October 30th through November 6th. Mm-hmm. I was like, can't do it.
One day.
Nope.
What? No.
When I walk off this thing, I'm not walking on another till 2022. So
you should ask for an astronomical amount of money. And if they say
I can't, I don't care with the money. I can't do it. I just can't.
Dude.
I can't come off this thing and then go back on a boat.
Offer you twice, three times what you're getting for 7
days. 3 times a lady.
Why wouldn't you do that? Foolish. Talk about it.
Because I want to be.
With money.
I want to be on land and get my life back and beginning my life again. You
said
so different.
You said off the record, off the air, that this is a lifeline for you. Now you're 2.5 months in, and you're like, I'm losing my mind.
That was off. Do you not know what off the record, off the air means?
I can edit this out.
I'm kidding. I don't care. No, it's hard though. I mean, I'm glad to be here. Grateful, whatever you want to say, but it's not easy. It's like, you start losing your mind a little bit. Like I said, I don't know what day it is. I thought it was Friday. I thought we recorded 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whatever it was. And you're calling me. I'm watching, fucking Mark Twain shit. And
just so you know, we've recorded between 11 a.m. and noon on the West Coast a majority of the time. And when I sent you an invitation to get on here, you look like you were in leaving Las Vegas or something. You were disheveled. You weren't shaving. Your hair was messed up. You're like, look like you're waking up out of a nap. Your phone, you're adjusting your phone. It's falling over. I looked at your ear for like 10 minutes because you thought you were on the phone, and you're like, I gotta get some coffee. I thought you were in an opium den. I had no idea what was going on.
I'm watching a doc. I'm relaxed, and then I thought I have an hour before we do the pod. I'll go get some coffee in 45 minutes and get my shit together, and then you're there. Hey, ready? I'm like, what? Yeah. No, not ready. No.
Yep.
No. Hey, by the way, look what I have.
Do you know how long it's been since we've had
questions?
Oh boy, very exciting.
Yeah. On Instagram, you can ask us a question if we post it, or you can ask them anytime. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a question for the Talking Dicks. Ask, and we will bring it up on the next pod and see where it goes. Here's the end. Here's the question. Alfred, are you ready?
Who's it from?
It's from WT1.
Oh,
whatever
okay.
that is.
Okay, it's a bot.
WT1.
It's a bot. What's the question?
We'll take it. We'll take it as a question.
We'll take it, absolutely.
What are you thinking about right now at this very moment? What are you thinking about right now at this very moment?
I'm thinking about how shiny my nose is and my forehead. I have like a little grease thing at this very moment, if that's what you mean. And I'm also thinking about this tree that's behind me, a palm tree blowing in the wind. It's touching my shoulder.
It looks like your thing is healed pretty good. Your brain scar is not quite as shiny as the rest of your forehead. So
well, I do put shiny stuff on it. Actually, I put this like Vaseline stuff on it to keep it to heal.
Makeup? You put makeup on it?
It's coming along, but no, it's like a Vaseline to keep it moist so it heals.
I think you put makeup on. I think you wear makeup.
You've never worn makeup?
Well, yeah, on
I've worn makeup,
but not in life.
I've done over 15 stage productions, so I wore makeup every night for my performances.
Homo.
I've makeup when I've done some television stuff, including stand-up comedy, and in the I've had a couple of small roles in movies where I had to put on the makeup.
I was kidding. I meant to wear it around the house. That's all.
Yes, that's how I wear it. Of course, I wear it around the house. That
right.
That Amazon guy is cute. I want to look good when he.
Hello. What was that porno music? Every comedian did that. How does that go?
Is that what it is?
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, bow. Wow, boom, chicka, boom, bow, wow. Which never sounded like that, but it was great bit. But
I would
that music was never porn music in the 70s or 80s, but that became the bit that was, boom chicka boom bow wow. And yeah, when the guy asked the question or the woman,
I didn't see much porn until I worked at a VHS video store, and then I had free adult films. And if I was closing up the place, I would throw one of those, two of those in the old bagaroonie, take it home. Sometimes, which was I would watch it with my girlfriend.
Sexy, yeah.
For about 9 minutes, and then
she
turned it off.
She was good with it. She liked it. She liked to watch. Did she enjoy? Or was she it got her horny and got you in the mood.
Got us all going there. We're in our 20s. We didn't need to get in the mood in our 20s.
Remember how embarrassing that was, though, at a video store to go back and like behind a curtain, and you had to go back. I avoided all that. Take one, and then you had to go to the front. Oh, it was horrible. You got to the counter, and I had to put like Home Alone on top of it. And
underneath it was Homo Alone.
Yes.
Homo Alone, get it?
My sides. Wow. When I saw this question, what are you thinking about it right this very moment? It reminded me of the old joke. What are you thinking about? From the car dealer, which I think we've done on this podcast before. The car dealer comes out and goes, "Hey, you thinking about buying a car?" The guy goes, "I'm thinking about pussy. I'm going to buy a car." I don't know why that joke is so funny.
It is funny because it's like it's a double layered joke. It's a double layered joke.
It's so dumb and it's great. Just
at the same time, the simplicity of it. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm thinking about right now is delivery tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking about. I have 2 boxes possible of cigars. I have a thing from my sister sent me some sort of a package, and I've got other, so tomorrow is a delivery day here at the prison, and I will be down there looking at mail call and hoping there'll be a mail and I can take him up to my room. I had to jump in with that joke before you did. So
I had your sister joke all lined up. Well, I've delivered a package to your sister.
Oh, geez.
I had it all locked.
I went the other way. I figured you were homo the whole way, and I better get in there and grab the mail myself.
Well,
But,
when you said
that's what I'm thinking about.
My backup was your sister. So.
Oh, hey now. The hell. All right.
How is the Linda? She's in her new digs, and she's
she's good. She's doing good. Girls are good. They're going to college, and both in college now. And
wow.
Yeah, Linda's doing good, and I'll see them. I'm gonna go up there for Christmas. Celebrate.
No. In October, about a week before you're getting off the ship, they're going to say, "Hey, we need you to extend your trip 2 weeks."
Won't happen.
Then a month, and then
won't happen.
And they're going to go, "We'll give you 100. We'll give you $100,000." Daddy walks off. $100,000. They say, "Stay another month." They offer you $100,000.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. And I got to go. John Consoli, our guest from 2 podcasts ago, his daughter is getting married in November. And I am going to the wedding on Long Island, and I cannot miss that wedding. Would not want to miss it.
Are you going to send her a package?
So I will be there. Listen, sir.
What?
This is the Sicilian on his daughter's wedding. He'll have to grant any wishes we have. We'll be meeting with him in his office during the wedding. So, I can't miss that one. I got to be up there for that wedding. And that's in November. And so, no, $100,000. I say, fuck you. I'm leaving October 21st.
Next that's what on Horseshit.
Oh, man. So I think we answered the question. What are you thinking about? And if you have a question, ask, feel free. Instagram, Twitter. What are we at on Twitter? Dicks2? Is that us? Dicks2? So
2 Dicks2
comedy podcast.
2 Dicks, Talking Dicks comedy podcast at 2 Dicks2. It's all there.
We have 2 Facebook pages, an Instagram, and a Twitter. So find us anywhere.
We have a YouTube as well.
YouTube, and of course, patreon.com/the2dicks for video and coffee mugs. Here we go. There's the mug, coasters, and possible hand jobs from Al Ducharme. If you're within 30 miles of Studio City, he says he'll come over and be happy to service you.
But more importantly,
at least he used to.
Free of charge. The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/the2dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/the2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.